Okay, so hello, this is Mother Body 3. So we're for November, December. So today we're going to be doing more about shoulder girdle strength and stability, and also a little bit of release work through there. So we'll start on the mat. So I'll get you to come down onto all fours. So have your hands under shoulders and knees under hips. And I'd love you just to start with your retraction and protraction. So you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades back and then wrap your shoulder blades forwards. And again, so you squeeze your shoulder blades back and wrap them forward. So most of you have done this a lot of times with me. So try not to rush it. I want you to really hang the chest down and feel like you're squeezing the shoulder blades back and towards the spine and down to the pelvis, and then reversing it. Separate your shoulder blades, wrapping the shoulder blades forwards to the floor, pushing a little bit deeper into it, so you almost lift around the chest up. So you get that. If you're a bit tight there, you might get a bit of a stretch there. Let's do it again. So squeeze your shoulder blades back. You can hang there. So let your chest hang down, and then just see if you can pull your shoulders back and away from your ears a little bit. And then reversing, push the shoulder blades forwards, wrap them forwards, and push down to the floor. Feel as though you're separating the shoulder blades. Good, and we'll just take it one more time. So hang your chest down, your elbows stay straight, you squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then down the back to the pelvis, and then separate the shoulder blades, wrapping them around and forwards, pushing the arms down, lifting your chest a little higher. Good, and then just coming back to the middle point. So I'm going to get you to just take your thread the needle. So if you put your right hand underneath your chest and you slide your right hand to the left side, hang those right ribs down, stay there and see if you can breathe up into your left ribs. And then coming all the way back up, change sides. So put your left hand under your chest, hang those left ribs down, and I'll get you breathe now up into your right ribs. Good, and then come back up. We'll just take one more other side. So you slide your right hand under your tummy and rotate to the left. Good, hanging those right ribs down, your left elbows bent. You see if you can breathe up into the left ribs. And then coming all the way back up and then changing sides. So putting your left hand under your chest, hanging the left ribs down. Good, staying there, see if you can breathe up into the right ribs. Good, and then coming back. So just taking a couple of cat stretches, we're going to extend first. So I want you to push your hands down, lift your tail up, lift your chest up, and push your hands down and feel as if you're pulling your breastbone forwards towards the wall in front of you. So you're creating an extension through the spine. Then reverse it, sliding your tail down, pushing your hands down, rounding the whole spine. Stay in your cat stretch as you breathe in. Now see if you can round your spine a little more. Push the hands down more. See if you can look towards your belly button. And then completely reversing it. So lifting the tail up, lifting the chest up. Good, nice big breath in. And then one more, so rounding down, sliding your tail down. Good. And then we're going to come to sitting. So I want you to do your seated forward bend. So, oh, hello, is that Emily? Hello. So we're going to cross your legs and you're going to just roll your pelvis back. So you round back into that curved spine. And then bring your hands forwards. So you're going to reach your fingertips forwards, but don't bring your weight forwards. You want to shift, keep your weight shifted back on your tail and round the whole spine. So remember, this one's really about stretching out through the back body as much as you can. So I'm going to be using my fingers to push my weight back onto my tail, but I'm trying to bring my head down more and my ribs down more at the front. And I feel quite stiff back through here, but I'm going to get you to try and breathe into those back ribs. Push into your fingers, push your weight back on your tail more, and as you exhale, pull the tummy deeper back. We'll take it 3 more times. Sometimes people feel better with their fingers right in front, so you could do that if you prefer. I feel like for me, it's better to push my weight back from by the sides of my legs. So breathing into the back ribs if you can. And now as you exhale, see if you can pull the belly deeper. So you're really hugging the tummy deeper, feeling like you're lifting pelvic floor, pulling your lower abs in, closing the front ribs in and down. So using that abdominal wall to stretch out the back body again. So you breathe in. See if you can direct your breath into the back ribs. And as you exhale, can you bring your head further forwards, but push your weight back on your tail mountain more. Now, if it's too much for you, just lift your head a bit. Sometimes it's really intense through the back of the head and neck. Stay there, one more breath in, breathe into your back ribs. And then exhale, rounding the spine more. Good, inhaling there. And then rolling all the way back up. So I actually think we might do your rib switch. So if you can come on up to standing. So come to your hands, come up to your hands and knees, but to standing position. So if you can put one hand on those right ribs at the front, one hand on the left ribs at the back, feet about hip width, and knees a little bit bent, and you're going to push those right ribs in, so you fold down. You drop your tail down, so don't let your tail stick out, drop your tail down. I want you to breathe into those back left ribs. So you inhale and inflate the back left ribs. Now as you exhale, you're going to push those front right ribs in. So there's a couple of things going on here. You're trying to inflate and expand the sticky back left ribs. You're trying to squish those front right ribs in so you get a little bit of closure through the front. We'll take one more. You're also looking for a stretch down through that lower back. So breathing in, expand the back left ribs. And exhale, squish those front right ribs in, drop your tail down more. Coming slowly back up. Let's do the other side. So put your hand on the back right ribs, put your left hand on the front left ribs. Knees are a little bit bent. You breathe into those back right ribs. And now exhale, push those left ribs in. In a side bend, slight rotation and a slight fold over. You need to push your heels down. And remember, you want your tail dropping down. So if you stick your tail out, you won't get the stretch. You've got to drop your tail down. So stay there. You're going to breathe into those back right ribs. So don't puff up the front ribs at all. See if you can breathe into the back ribs. And now exhale, squish those left ribs in more. Dropping your tail down more. Breathe into those back right ribs. Exhale, squish those front left ribs in. One more, breathing into the back right ribs. Dropping your tail down more as you squish those left ribs in more. Good, and then coming all the way back up. And we'll just take a couple of sticky hand twists. So putting your hands on the wall will get you to walk your feet clockwise. Anti-clockwise. I'm getting my directions mixed up. All the way around, keeping your hands on the wall as far as you can go. Just feel that twist in that mid-back before taking the hands off, turning all the way around, and then your feet carry back on. So we'll do 3 in each direction. So if you're working faster, you could do a couple more, but sometimes it's nice to sort of go slow so you really feel into the rotation, and take a moment just to let your spine enjoy that nice rotation stretch. So one more there. So the feet are going anti-clockwise, and then you turn all the way around. Good. And then we reverse. So taking your feet in a clockwise direction. So just mobilizing that sticky part of your spine that often feels a little bit tight. Remember, this is an excellent one that you can do at home. You know, maybe after breastfeeding, or if you've been holding your baby for long periods of time. Good, and then one more, so walking your feet clockwise all the way around to 6 o'clock. Hold for a moment, feel that nice stretch in your back, and then take your hands off, turning all the way around and back to the start. Okay, so because today we're focusing on shoulder girdle health and sort of strength, we want to open out across here. So we're going to stretch through your pecs a little bit. So I'll get you to take yourself to a wall, and we'll step 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and then you have one hand up on the wall. Actually, I'll do it here. So 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back, and then the hand closest to the wall goes up on the wall. And circle the hand back to 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock. You roll the shoulder down, you rotate the armpit up, and you're going to lean a little bit forwards and a little bit into the wall. At the same time as pushing that hand back into the wall. And then you back it off. And we'll take it twice more. So you lean a little bit forwards, pushing the hand into the wall. You also lean a little bit into the wall. And you're looking for that stretch through the front of your pec. And then you back it off. And you take one more. So you lean a little forwards and a little into the wall, pushing your hand back into the wall at the same time. Good. And then come out of it. So hopefully you got a nice stretch through the front of the pec. So let's do the other side. So 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back. The hand comes up to 12 o'clock. Circle the hand back to about 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, depending which way you're facing. You roll the shoulder down behind you. You're going to rotate your chest forwards and lean a little bit forwards and a little bit into the wall at the same time as pushing the hand back. Soften off and you do it again. So you lean a little bit forwards and a little bit into the wall. Good, and soften out of it. So again, from the back, you're going, pushing that hand into the wall, you lean a little forwards, a little into the wall, and then back out of it. So hopefully you feel a little bit released through the front of that chest. So what I would love you to do is just do the jaw massage. So we're going to just release up through the front of the jaw and the throat. So you take your thumbs, massage in underneath your chin, and massage right up underneath the back of the jaw. So you're going right up under the jawline, right up behind the jaw, under the ear, and then right up behind the ear. And then you can come right up into those sort of parts of the jaw where you feel like the jaw meets the skull. You can push into it. Usually it's a bit tight there, and open and close like a fish. So you get that nice opening. We'll take that again. So you're going to again massage up under the jaw, sort of under where your tongue lives. Just paying a bit more attention to anywhere that feels particularly tight. You don't have to push deeply into it, but just giving it a bit more of a massage. Good, right up to those jaw bits. You can open and close like a fish. And then come down onto the jaw itself. Clench your teeth and see if you can find, as you clench your teeth, there's a bit that pops up. That's a muscle that I want you then to soften. So unclench your teeth and then just give it a bit of a, I'm circling my fingers around. Good. Okay, so hopefully you feel a little bit more released around there. We're going to come back down onto your mat. So I'd actually love you to come straight down onto lying on your tummy. So we're just going to do a little bit of hanky muscle activation. So if you can put your hands underneath your forehead. So I want you to breathe in here. You can keep your legs relaxed, but as you exhale, I want you to see if you can regather the pelvic floor and lower belly. Feel that connection. And now feel as if you're stretching your head as far forwards as you can. So you're really trying to traction the head forwards and the tail backwards. So it's as if you're creating space between all of the joints of your spine. Then back it off, let it go. So take it again. So you breathe in, release, relax. Before anything else, you breathe out. Then you find a little bit of pelvic floor, a little bit of lower abs. Pull the abs deeper as you start to stretch your spine long. Traction in your head forwards and the tail back. Getting longer and longer. And then back it off. I know you can't see me doing anything, but I can feel that length happening, and I hope that you can too. So let's take it again, but now thinking more of the hanky muscle. So you go long from base of skull out to the shoulders and down to the lower ribs. So again, you breathe in here. Now as you exhale, visualize that hanky muscle and you go long, base of skull goes forwards, base of ribs go back, and I want you to widen your shoulders really wide. Remembering that you don't want to hunch or hump the shoulders up. You want to stretch it out. Go wide, go long. Can you just lift your head up? I want you to push your arms down, push your elbows down, and keep lifting the head a little higher. Coming up to where feels about your max. So this should feel like it's mobilizing the hanky muscle, not grabbing into your lower back. So you're going to stay here and breathe in. If you feel like it's grabbing in your lower back, you probably need to pull your abs in a bit deeper and push the arms down more so you get more support through the shoulders. And then coming all the way back down. I'm going to take it one more time, so breathing in. Exhale, finding that core work, stretching the spine long. Find your hanky muscle, it goes long and wide, and then just hovering your head up. Good, stay there, breathe in. Draw deeper through your core system, stretching your hanky muscle longer and wider, and start lifting your head up a little bit more, a little bit more. Good. And then coming all the way down. So we'll come to your side. We're going into your side lying rotations now. So I want you to interlace your hands around your head, bring your head back in line with your spine. Lift the top elbow as you inhale, and then exhale, you rotate. Nice, easy rotation. Stay in the twist as you breathe in. Stay there, and as you exhale, see if you can twist a little further. Good, again, you breathe in. And then just returning back to your start position. So we'll take your diaphragm release, so just finding the side ribs and massaging your fingers in at the upper abdominals or the lower rib cage. Remember, you can be as gentle or as firm as you like. Really seeing if you can soften off any of the parts that feel particularly tight. Good. And then holding your fingers in at one spot, and we'll breathe your diaphragm down. So you inhale, feel the diaphragm inflate. And then exhale, release, relax, let it soften. 2 more. So breathe your diaphragm down. Feel that expansion. And then exhale, let it go. Tucking the fingers deeper. 1 more, breathing your diaphragm down. Good, exhale, let it soften. Tucking the fingers deeper. And I'll get you to grab the skin on the lower rib cage and wiggle it. You can go front to back, side to side. And you might choose a different spot and do the same thing. You might go down on the upper abdominals and do the same thing. So just letting that skin and fascia and muscle area just release a little. Sometimes we hold a bit of tension there. Put your hands behind your head. We'll take another twist. So you're going to breathe down into your diaphragm. And now exhaling, you rotate, spiraling your chest backwards. Staying in the twist as you breathe in. Stay there and see if you can just ease into the rotation a little further. Sometimes it's really nice to put your hand on the knee to help stabilize. Breathing in there. And then coming back to your start position. So I also want to do your side lying rib release. So find a thumb or some fingers and push them into the sort of hollow spot between the side ribs. You breathe up into the side ribs now. Feel the side ribs widen and expand as you inhale. And then let it soften. Choose a different spot or stay in the same spot. Entirely up to you. Breathing in, we'll do 2 more. Feel the ribs widen and expand. Exhale, let it soften. Taking 1 more. So same spot or different spot, it's up to you. So you're going to breathe into the side ribs. So you can breathe your diaphragm down as well as breathing your ribs up to the side. Wider. And exhale, soften. And then hands behind the head again. We take another twist. Your top elbow lifts, breathing into your side ribs and your diaphragm. And now rotating, spiraling your chest back. Hopefully it feels less tight. Stay in your twist, you breathe into the side ribs and diaphragm. And just easing into the twist a little further. Breathing in again. And then just coming back to your start position. So before we change sides, I want you to come back onto your tummy. And we're going to take another couple of those diamond press. So hands come under your forehead, stretch your legs out. You can let your legs rest and relax. You breathe in. So feel like you breathe your diaphragm down and your ribs wide. And then as you exhale, can you regather through pelvic floor and lower abs? Keep breathing out so your waist narrows. Keep breathing out so your ribs narrow. Now hold on to that abdominal work as you stretch the hanky muscle longer and wider. Keeping your core support active as you just lift your head up, just hovering your head, not very high. We're going to stay here 3 breaths, okay? So your challenge is to breathe your diaphragm down and your ribs wide. You feel like your belly pelvic floor expands a bit, but I don't want them totally relaxing. And now as you exhale, see if you can draw deeper through pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, ribs, and stretch that spine longer and wider. So you're working your core system and your hanky muscle. Again, you breathe in. Again, you breathe out. See if you can stretch your hanky muscle longer. You might lift your head a little higher. Try not to pop the ribs out at the front. One more breath in. One more breath out. See if you can come a little longer, a little higher. Try not to pop your ribs out. Good, and then coming all the way back down. Let's change sides. So I'll get you to come to your second side. We'll do the twists now on the second side. So bring your knees forwards, interlace your hands around the back of the head, bring your head back in line with your spine. And I'll get you to lift your top elbow as you inhale, and then easy twist rotation, taking your chest back and just easing into that spiral. You might like to hold the knee down as you breathe in. Perhaps you twist a little further as you breathe out. Stay there, you breathe in, and coming back to the start point. Okay, so diaphragm release, massage in underneath the lower rib cage. Feeling into the softness or perhaps the firmness, depending if you feel tight or released in the diaphragm upper ab region. And then choosing a spot to breathe into. So hold your fingers at the lower rib cage region. You're going to breathe down into your diaphragm. Feel that expansion and internal stretch. And then release, relax. Tucking the fingers deeper. 2 more. So you breathe in. And exhale, release, relax. Tucking the fingers deeper. 1 more. Breathing in. Exhale, soften off, tucking the fingers deeper. Let's take the skin on the lower ribs and wiggle it front to back, side to side, round and round. Good, perhaps on the upper abdominals, you can do the same thing. Good, and then the hands go back behind the head. We take another twist, so your top elbow lifts, you breathe down into the diaphragm as you inhale. Easy rotation as you exhale. Looking perhaps a little more ease or more range. You stay in the twist as you breathe in, breathe down into your diaphragm, and just rotate a little further. Inhale there, and then coming back to your start position. Side rib release. So thumb goes on the side ribs, you're going to breathe the ribs wide. And exhale, soften. Choose a different spot if you want to, or the same spot is okay too. So breathing in, breathe the ribs up whilst breathing the diaphragm down. Exhale, soften. 1 more. And choosing a different spot or the same spot, you breathe into the side ribs. Exhale, soften. Hands go behind the head. You can lift the top elbow, breathe into the side ribs and down into your diaphragm. And then nice easy twist. Spiraling your chest back. You can squeeze the top knee down, inhaling in the twist. Exhale, ease into the twist further. Breathing in there. And then coming back to the start point. So hopefully you felt a little bit more range. Come on up to all fours. So I want to come to hands under shoulders, knees under hips here. So we did this already at the start of the class. We're just coming back to your protraction, retraction. So I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back, wrap your shoulder blades forward. So we did it really slowly at the start of class. Hopefully you can speed it up a little, not too much, and hopefully you feel less tight in this area now. And then just finding the middle point where you feel like your shoulder blades lie flat on the back chest. I want you to lift the back of the chest up and bring your weight back on your knees. So make sure you're not collapsing down through your chest. You've got to lift the back chest, back head up. So in this position, I want you to inhale your ribs wide and your diaphragm down. And then as you exhale, can you regather through pelvic floor and lower belly? And now find the hanky muscle in this kneeling position. So stretch the base of the skull long, stretch the base of the ribs back, push your hands down and feel as though you're pushing the mat wider. Can you feel your hanky muscle activating here? If you can't, you might just have to lift your head and chest a little higher, almost creating a bit of extension, not rounding. And then back it off, let it go. So take it one more time. So you're going to breathe in. Exhale, regathering through pelvic floor and lower abs. Finding that length and breadth of your hanky muscle, so stretching your head forwards, stretching the lower ribs back, push your hands down, feel as if you're pushing the mat wider. Can you lift your chest higher, lift your breastbone a little higher? Good. And then back it off and let it go. So I'm going to get you to come back down onto your tummies. And what I would love to do is just a little bit of mid-back work. So we're going to go into your darts. So if you can have your legs together so they're touching, forehead is hovering off the floor or off the mat. You're going to roll your shoulders up to your ears, back to the ceiling, and I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit. And then keep them there as you bring your hands up. So your hands lift up to hip height, and just turn your palms to face your pelvis. So you're squeezing your legs together, you're drawing your abs deeper, think pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, ribs. And now you have your hanky muscle active as well. So see if you can think into your mind's eye and visualize the hanky muscle going long from base of skull to base of ribs, wide from shoulder to shoulder. And we're just staying here 3 breaths. So I want you to breathe in, diaphragm comes down, ribs widen. And then exhale, draw deeper through pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, ribs, stretching your spine longer. 2 more. So I want you to particularly pull into the lower portion of the hanky muscle. So as you next exhale, see if you can reach your little fingers back towards your little toes and your head further forwards towards the wall in front. Good, 1 more breath in. Sometimes people droop their shoulders to the floor as they get tired, so rather feel like your shoulders are smiling slightly up to the ceiling as you breathe out. Come down and have a little rest. So I want to do one more thing here, so lying on your tummy. So this is a little bit of mobilization for the upper spine. So you're going to put your hands under your forehead. I want you to just turn your head to look to your right side and rest your cheek on to the right side and rest your left cheek on your hands. And then just lift your head up, turn your head the other way. So you're turning to look to your left side, resting your cheek, your right cheek down on your hands. Your legs can be relaxed. Okay, so now what I would like you to do is think into your hanky muscle. So you're still looking to your left side. As you exhale, I want you to see if you can activate the hanky muscle, go long from base of skull to base of ribs, wide from shoulder to shoulder. And you're looking to your left side as you lift your head up, your chest up. So if you imagine a torch shining towards your left inner elbow, you're going to shine, the torch is on your breastbone. So the breastbone torch shines to your left elbow and then it shines down the left forearm to your hands. And then you're going to shine it down the right forearm to your right elbow. And now put your head down, looking to the right, down on your left cheek. Stay there, breathe in. See if you can find your hanky muscle, go long from base of skull to base of ribs, wide from shoulder to shoulder. You're looking to the right side as you lift your head and your chest up. Imagine a breastbone torch shining to your right elbow, and then it shines down the right forearm, down to your hands, down to your left forearm, down to your left elbow, and then you come back down. So you're looking for extension and rotation through the upper spine. Let's do it one more other side. So find your hanky muscle, stretch your spine, lift your chest up, shining your breastbone torch towards your left elbow, and then you shine it down your left forearm towards your hands, towards your right forearm, your right elbow, bringing your body back down, looking to the right. We'll take one more, so you breathe in. Exhale, stretch your hanky muscle long and wide, lifting that right side of your face up. You're looking, your breastbone torch shines towards the right elbow, and then you shine it down the right forearm towards the hands, towards the left forearm, towards the left elbow, and then come back down. Well done, really nice. Come on up, let's just take a couple of cat stretches because that was quite a lot of that upper thoracic work. You're going to round your spine, push the hands down, curve the spine, stretch into the upper back, and then completely reverse. Lift your chest up, lift the tail up, push the hands down, and feel as if you're bringing your breastbone forwards between the arms. One more, so rounding your spine down, sliding the tail, hugging the tummy in, push your hands down. Good, and then completely reversing, tail up, chest up, push your hands down, squeeze the hands back to your knees. Good, and then just tucking your toes under. Let's take your kitten stretches. So heels together, knees are apart. As you exhale, I want you to regather pelvic floor and lower abs, and then round your spine. Good, so you're curving your spine. I want you to squeeze your glutes and sit your hips back, tucking your tail down towards your heels. So you're looking for a stretch down in that lower part of your back. Come back up on top of your knees, and then return to neutral. We'll take it again. So exhale, sliding your tail down, you draw your belly right up, squeeze your glutes, and feel as though you're pulling your tail down to your heels. So as you sit your hips back, keep squeezing the glutes, pulling your tail down to your heels and almost underneath your tail, underneath your knees. Come back up, reset back to neutral. Let's take it one more. So exhale, sliding your tail down, you're rounding the lower spine, you squeeze your glutes. So you're using your tummy to lift the pelvis up from the front, using your glutes to pull the tail down from the back. Now sitting your hips back, tucking the tail under more as you sit your hips back, and then coming all the way back up and back to neutral. Okay, so untuck your toes, bring your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. See if you can find your core work and your tenor beans alignment and your hanky muscle. Now what I want you to do is feel as though you're pushing or stretching the mat wider. And see if as you do that, you can feel these armpit wings connect in. And then we're coming back to your retraction, squeezing your shoulder blades back, and then your protraction. I know we've done it a few times already in class, but the previous times we were using it for a mobility exercise. And now I want you to see if you can feel these muscles under the armpits working as you do the movement. So I want you to keep feeling as if you're stretching the mat wider under your hands as you squeeze your shoulder blades back. Now keep pushing down into your hands, feeling as though you're stretching the mat wider as you push the arms forwards. Let's take one more. Feel like you're squeezing the shoulders back, but pushing the mat wider at the same time, and then pushing the mat wider as you wrap the armpits forwards. Okay, so I'm hoping you could feel a little bit of work under there. It's really hard to feel those muscles, so don't worry if you couldn't, but we'll just keep going with it over time. You're going to come down onto your back. We'll leave the shoulders for a moment. So I'll get you to have your legs together, the hands wider apart than the mat. You're twisting your legs to your right side as you breathe in, and then exhale, returning. You're twisting your legs to your left side as you breathe in, and then exhale, returning. Again, you twist to your right side as you breathe in. Keep your knees glued together, your feet glued together, and then return. And then again, so inhale, twisting to the second side as you breathe in, and then exhale, return. Bring your feet to about hip width or parallel, and I'll get you to have your hands down by your sides. So imagine your pelvis, or feel your pelvis in a neutral position, and you're just going to exhale, gather your core, push your heels down, gather your glutes, and hover your pelvis just off the mat. So you're just a tiny bit off the mat. Tune into your shoulder girdle and your upper back. So what is your upper back and shoulders doing? You want to be anchored through that area, and you can do that by seeing if you can find that hanky muscle, that length and breadth through the shoulders. Stay in the hover point. So your pelvis is still just off the mat, and I want you to see if you can breathe your diaphragm down, your ribs wide, belly and pelvic floor expand. Now stay there, and as you exhale, you breathe out through your pursed lips. See if you can pull deeper through pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, and ribs. So you're getting all that corsetory switching on. So take it again. So you breathe side ribs, back ribs, pelvic floor wide. And then exhale, draw deeper through pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, and ribs. Keep going with that breath pattern and see if you can put a bit of pressure down into your heels. And feel as if you're pulling your thigh bones deeper together. So you really want to draw the thigh bones deep to your midline. And you're sort of looking for a bit of glute work, I'm hoping is going to start happening for you. What I'd love you to start doing once you've got the glute work is use your glutes to push you up a little bit and keep the glutes working as you lower down. So you're doing small pulses. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. So it's quite easy, if you're not used to using your glutes, it's quite easy for the thighs to take over. So the challenge is to keep that feeling of the thigh bones pulling in at the top of the hip sockets, the glutes working to propel your pelvis up, and then your glutes stay working as you lower back down. So your glutes shorten as you go up and then lengthen as you come down. So it's really important that you don't just let them go on the way down. You want to keep the glutes active all the time. So let's go up a little higher, not all the way up, just about halfway. Hold there. Press down through the back of the arms and shoulders. Push your heels down. Can you feel those glutes working? Mid-range pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7. The glutes are working the whole time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the arms down, the shoulders down, come up even higher. So you're quite high now. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, hold up there, stay there. So I want you to push your heels down, reach your knees forwards, push your arms and shoulders down. Take a breath in here. Now can you pull your abs deeper? Rotate the pubic bone higher. Can you lift one heel and lower down? Exhale, lift the other heel and lower down. So as you lift your right heel, you're looking for more left glute work. Lower the heel, then lift your left heel, and you're looking for more right side glute work. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep pressing through the arms. Keep finding the hanky muscle. Perhaps you could lift the heel and then the whole leg, and then coming down. Exhale, second heel, then whole leg, and coming down. And if you can't do that, you stay with the heel lift and the lower, and the heel lift and lower. We're going to keep doing a few more either side. So if you can, you lift the whole leg, but you want to make sure that you're not grabbing in your lower back. So if you start to grab in your lower back doing the whole leg lift, then you might choose to just do your single leg lifts. Let's do 2 more either side, either single leg or single heel. Good. And then holding one leg up in the air, stay there. 3. And drive the support heel down more. You're looking for support leg glute working. And 1, bring the leg down, change sides. So second leg comes up. So it's my left leg in the air, which means my right glute should be working quite strongly. 3, and 2, and 1. Bring the leg back down. I'll get you to bring your arms overhead. Hover them just off the mat. Now roll down through your spine. So don't hinge. I want you to see if you rotate your pubic bone higher and then round your spine down through the back of the ribs. Good, and then bring the arms down by the side. So we're going to roll up again. So round the pelvis. You curl up. Breathing in, the arms go overhead. They hover just off the mat, so they don't touch the floor, and then exhale, round and roll and curl. So you can mobilize that stiff, sticky lower ribcage region, and then bring the arms down. 1 more, exhale, round your pelvis, curling up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, rounding your pelvis, curling down. Bringing your arms back down into your tummy, straight into some knee floats. So I'll get you to relax belly, pelvic floor as you inhale. Regather pelvic floor and lower belly as you exhale. Floating one leg up and down. And release, relax as you breathe in. So feel pelvic floor let go and then regather. Pelvic floor, lower abs deepen, and then you float the second leg up and down. Breathe in, release, relax. Exhale, regather. Pelvic floor and lower belly. Feel them connect. Can you bring one leg up and then second leg up? Okay, so you're going to stay there. Put your hands on your side ribs. I want you to breathe into your side ribs and your diaphragm, perhaps even into your back ribs. Now put one hand back on the lower tummy and pull your pelvic floor and lower belly deeper. 2 more breaths like this. So you're in a neutral tin of beans alignment. You're breathing your rib cage wide to the sides and the back. You're feeling your belly pelvic floor expand a little but not push out. And then you regather and deepen through pelvic floor and lower belly as you exhale. You should feel those abs working. One more breath in, ribs widen, back ribs expand. Hopefully pelvic floor expands, and then exhale, you can contract pelvic floor more. Taking one leg down, second leg down. Okay, one hand lower tummy, one hand upper tummy or lower ribs. You're going to breathe in. Regather pelvic floor and lower abs. Waist narrows, ribs narrow. Keep it all connected as you curl up, head, neck, shoulders. Good, holding there, breathing in. Exhale, draw it deeper, so pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, ribs. Pull it all deeper and then bring your body back down. Let's take it again. So breathing in. You can release, relax, then exhale, regather, pelvic floor and lower belly. Waist, ribs, they all narrow. Keep the abs connected as you curl up. So your hands are just checking that as you curl up, your tummy doesn't pop out or dome or do anything weird. So stay there, you're going to breathe in, so your ribs widen. Exhale, pull deeper through pelvic floor and lower abs, waist and ribs. So you should feel toned through your abs and control it coming down. One more. So this one, you can put your hands behind your head if you want to, or you can keep one hand on your belly. So breathing in, regather through pelvic floor and lower abs, waist and ribs, and then curling up head, neck, shoulders. Checking that's all staying connected. We're going to stay here 3 breaths. So perhaps you want to check your ribs widen as you inhale. And you can draw deeper through pelvic floor and lower abs as you exhale. And maybe check the other side. Are your ribs widening as you inhale? And can you draw deeper through pelvic floor and lower belly as you exhale? Again, breathing in. This time, exhale. Can you float one leg up and second leg up? Holding here, breathing in. And exhale, pull the belly deeper. You might curve a bit higher. Stay there, breathing in. Can you exhale and pull the abs deeper? One more, so breath in. Exhale, see if you can pull the abs deeper. Taking one leg down, second leg down, and bring your body back down. Very nice work. Let's come on back up to all fours. So come to your hands and your knees. Okay. So we're going to tuck your toes underneath behind. So I want you to go long through your spine, lift through the back of the chest. I want you to breathe your side ribs, back ribs wide. Now exhale, regather through pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, ribs. Just like we did in the previous exercise, you want your abs working here. Now push your arms down and start to unweight your knees. Can you keep your core working as you lift your knees off the mat? And then bring your knees back down. So we're going to add to it. So as you exhale, can you regather pelvic floor and lower belly? Feel that ab support. Now really strongly push your hands down and feel as if you're pushing your hands apart. So can you feel your ab work and can you feel it under the armpits? Can you see I've slightly rounded my upper back so that now as I unweight my knees and even lift them, I can feel my abs working and the armpit wings. And then coming back down. Back it off, release, relax. You're going to try and put your hanky muscle in as well. So you breathe in to prepare. Before lifting your knees, exhale, find pelvic floor, lower belly, waist, ribs. Push your hands down, push your hands apart, but now I want you to stretch out your hanky muscle long and wide. And then you start to unweight your knees just off the mat. Can you find your abs, the under armpits, and your hanky muscle? And then coming all the way back down. Well done. we're going to lie, actually we'll just kneel down so we can take you through a bit more extreme extension. So sit your hips back down on your heels. And we'll pop your forehead on the floor and hands either side of your head. So I want you to push your hands down, push your elbows down, pull your shoulders back, and now stretch your spine forwards and lift up. So hold here, you're going to push your hands down more, and then start to straighten the elbows, so lifting your chest up. So I'm hoping you feel more arching and extension through the upper back. You inhale there. Now I want you to feel as if you're pulling your hands back to help pull into that mid back. So as you come down, you're working through the back of the shoulder girdle. We'll take it twice more. So breath in, exhale, see if you can push the elbows down, the hands down. You lift your chest up, hold there, breathing in. And then exhale, pushing your hands down, straightening the elbows, you come up higher. Holding there, you breathe in. Lift your chest higher as you come down, feel as though you're pulling your elbows back. One more, so breath in, push the hands, the elbows down, lift your head and chest. Inhale there. Exhale, start to stretch the elbows long and straight, you lift your chest up. Breath in there, push your hands down, feel as though you're pulling your hands back as you bend your elbows. Okay, we'll come up to standing. So this is where we will need some of your props. So I would love you to have your band handy and also your tin of beans, or sorry, your small hand weights. Okay, so just have your band handy and your small hand weights. So we're just going to interlace the hands around the back of the head. Don't bring your elbows back, rather bring your elbows forwards and the armpits down. I want you to create some traction. So it's as if you're lifting your head tall to the ceiling, leaning your head back into your hands and pushing your hands gently forwards into your head. So you're creating that hanky muscle feeling. Exhale, rotate to your right side. Stay there as you breathe in. Lift your breastbone a little higher and rotate a little further. Good, and then coming back to the front. Exhale and twist to your left side. Stay there, breathe in. Get a little taller as you rotate a little further. Good, and coming back to the front. See if you can push your head back a little in your hands more. Good, stretch your spine more, find the hanky muscle. You're going to stretch your arms up, lift your chest up, and bring your arms out to the side. I want you to keep hold of the hanky muscle feeling if you can. You're going to pick up your band. And you bring your arms out in front. Remember that sometimes when we bring the arms up, sometimes we tip our torso. So try and keep your tin of beans alignment and then just bring your arms out in front. So exhale, the arms go wide. Inhale, they return. So I want you to drive the movement from your core system, from your abs. So firstly, exhale, then pelvic floor and lower abs, and deepen that work, pushing the arms wide. You should feel like your abs pull deeper, but your hanky muscles active. Inhale, return. Exhale, wide. Inhale, return. Exhale, wide. Inhale, return. One more, exhale, wide. Good. So then I want you to bring your arms up overhead. So you're going to bend the elbows and pull the band back behind your head. 3. You go tall to the ceiling. As you bend the elbows back behind your head, try not to pop the ribs forwards. 2. Exhale. As you bend the elbows, how tall can you take your head to the ceiling? 1. Good. And then you can bring your arms all the way down. Okay, so you're going to use your tin of beans, your hand weights. So I want you to take yourself back to the wall. I don't know if I can just, sorry, the light today is not so good. It's a bit dark in here. Okay, so I'll take myself back to this wall back here. So I want you to have your hand weights and you're going to lean your body back into the wall. And I want you to find your tin of beans alignment. So you have the ribs on the wall, the pelvis on the wall, and the arms are going to be in front. So oftentimes people, when they're leaning against the wall, they'll have a real big arch behind the lower ribs. So see if you can bring the lower ribs back. That's why we do those exercises like the rib squish sort of thing. So you're going to inhale here. See if you can breathe into the back ribs. Feel pelvic floor belly expand. And then as you exhale, can you regather pelvic floor and lower belly? Can you find your hanky muscle? And then can you send the arms forwards? And just slowly sending them forwards. And then inhale, return. So we're thinking about, as you send the arms forwards, can you feel deeper into pelvic floor, lower belly? And return. So that's number one. So how is the load transferring through your core system? Inhale, return. So you need to be exhaling, deepening your core system, inhaling, it backs off. As the arms go forwards, it feels heavier, so the core needs to work more. Breathing in needs to work less. Now, what about your hanky muscle? Can you find your hanky muscle and can you match core system with hanky muscle? And return. So you've got the balance through the front body and the back body. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, return. Keep going. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, return. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, return. One more. Exhale, forwards. Hold the arms forwards. You're going to open as you inhale and close as you exhale. Open as you inhale. Close as you exhale. We'll take two more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more, open. Exhale, close. Bend your elbows in. You're going to open and close. 5 and 4 and 3. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. 1. Well done. Okay, so now I'd like to put that together with some squats, but we'll just take some squats first. So if you can bring your feet to about hip width, oh no, wider than your pelvis actually. And I want you to come into your squat position. Your bottom's back, the knees are over the ankles. I want you to push the heels down. Really feel as though you're trying to straighten your knees, but don't straighten them. So you're driving the heels down. Sit back into the hips and just try for me one of two things. So you might find pushing your heels down and feeling like you're pushing your heels wider gets your glutes working more. Or you might find pushing your heels down and then feeling like you're pulling your glutes closer together gets your glutes working more. So I just want you to choose which one works better for you. Stay with that. Bring your arms down. You're going to bring your thumbs up. 3. Exhale. Drive your heels down as you lift your thumbs up. 2. Breath in. Push your heels down. Hug your abs in as you lift your thumbs up. 1. Good. Now you bring your heels down, but your thumbs right forwards and up like a letter Y. 3. Breath in, down. Push your heels down. Feel more glute work. Feel more ab work as your thumbs come up. 2. Good. And last one. Push the abs down. Lift the thumbs. Stay in your squat, but bring your arms forwards. We've got little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7. See if you can keep your breath going wide into the ribs, narrow through your abs. 4, 3, 2. Can you stay down there on that last one? Let's shift your weight. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get my feet in the picture. Shift your weight over to your right heel. Bring your left foot a little forwards. Okay, like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Shift your weight to your left heel. Lift your right foot up. Take it forwards. So you're being slightly forward. So the foot can just help balance. It's on the floor, the front foot. 5, 4, 3. What about your hanky muscle, core system, glute work? 1. Take the leg back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step up to standing. Well done. So pick up your band. So you're coming back to your squat position. Just need to move the picture a bit. Okay, so we're going to have feet a little wider. You're going to squat down as you breathe in. Push into your heels. Hug your abs. Find your hanky muscle as the arms go wide. 5 and 4. Good. So as you come up, remember you're coming to neutral. You're not going beyond neutral. And 2. And 1. Good work. So keep your band handy. We're just going to do a little bit more rotation and we'll add the band into it. So hands go back behind your head. I want you to rotate to your right side. Stay still with your pelvis. So don't let your pelvis twist. Inhale there. Now lift your chest a little higher as you twist a little further. Come back to the front and then twisting to your left. Stay there, breathe in, lift your chest a little higher. Now twist a little further. Come back to the front. Bring your arms down. So I'm hoping you can feel that nice rotation in the upper back. So we're going to put it together with your band work. So pick up your band. So you're going to bring the band up overhead. And I want you to keep your pelvis still, but twist your chest to your right. Holding your twist, lift your chest a little higher. And we do elbow bends. 3, so it's the same elbow bend we did before, it's just in the twist. 2, bend towards the shoulders. And 1. And rotate to your left. Holding there and pull the shoulders down. 3. And 2. Good, twist a little more, lift your breastbone higher. 1. Good, coming back to the front, bringing your arms down. And just coming back to your squats. Okay, so holding them and picking up putting your band down and picking up your hand weights. So coming into your squat position, holding the weights. I want you to find that push into your heels, perhaps the squeeze of the glutes, or perhaps the push of the glutes wide. Whatever works to get those glutes working, find your core work, and then find your hanky muscle. And we're going to row. I want you to pull the elbows back. 5. As you exhale, push your heels down more. 4. And exhale, drive the heels down more. 3. Inhale, ribs wide. Exhale, abs draw deeper. 2. Hold back there. And your last one, you're going to straighten. 5. I want you to keep a hold through your core system so you're not popping the ribs forwards and the hanky muscle. So you're holding your arms back there through the hanky muscle. 2 more. And 1 more. The arms come forwards as you breathe in and then they come back as you breathe out. Pull your abs deeper, find your hanky muscle. 4 more. Inhale forwards, exhale back. 2 more. And last one. Good, and then come all the way back up. Well done. So we'll just finish with a little neck stretch. So you can put your weights down. I'll get you to pull your chin back to your throat. So give yourself a double chin. And then bring your chin to your collar, to this top of your breastbone. So you're just looking to stretch out the back of the neck a little. And then keep your double chin, but take your chin to your right side of your collarbone. You're looking to stretch the left side, but you're still at the back of the neck. And then take your chin down to the collarbone, the breastbone at the front, and over to your left collarbone, but still giving yourself a double chin. Stretching down through the right side neck. Good. And then bringing your head back to center and up. So let's take your head to your right side, keeping your shoulders level. Stay there. Can you pull your chin back and then take your chin down to the right collarbone? Good. Then rotate back to front. You're still in the right side, and then bring your head up. And then to your left side, keep your shoulders level. Pull your chin back so you get a double chin and rotate down to that left collarbone. Come back up. Bring your head up. You're going to turn your head to your right side. Still keep giving yourself a double chin, so don't let your chin pop forwards. And then come back to the front. Keep your double chin as you turn to the left. Come back to the front. Take your head to your right. And now stretch your thumb out. Now taking your hand on your head, just gently stretching the head up. Stretch through all fingers. You can roll the thumb down. And then up. Let the arm come down. Let the other arm drop. And bring your head up, changing sides. So head to the left. Stretch the thumb out. Take the head, stretch the head up. Roll the thumb down. Roll the thumb up. Bring the arm down. Bring the other arm down. Bringing your head up. So I just want to finish with palms face forwards. Turn your palms back. Now keep rolling the shoulders in. So you're going to end up with a little roundness here. Let your head come down. So you might be stretching through the upper back. Now you're going to reverse it. So you're going to now lift your head up, turn the palms forwards. Now you're going to roll the thumbs back. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. So try not to just pop the ribs forwards, but you want to feel like you're squeezing into that middle back and down into the lower portion of your hanky muscle. You might lift your chin a little and then reverse it. So the arms roll in, your head comes down, your arms roll out, your head lifts. Good, one more. Arms roll in, head comes down, arms roll out, head lifts. Can you find that lower portion of the hanky muscle and hold on to it as you bring your head back to neutral and your arms back to neutral? And hopefully by switching on that hanky muscle, your thumbs are forwards, like that, which tells you you've switched on that lower portion of the hanky muscle and you've got a good shoulder support. If your palms face back and your shoulders are rolled in, we need to do a little bit more shoulder go work. But hopefully you can find that hanky muscle feeling in the standing position. We will finish there.